It's time. I finally made it to TCH Social in Austin, Texas. And I can't take the credit for going because my friend Big Red convinced me to go because he wanted to go play on a live stream with the superstars and the super pros. Well, me on the other hand, I'm just going for more support and to go searching for the super guppies out here in this massive sea of poker players. I mean, my goodness, look at this place. Wow, all of the tables couldn't even fit in my camera view. They also have a full bar and an ATM machine for when I go bust. Perfect. Well, I'm buying in the 2-5 game for $1,000 and I haven't played poker in over 2 months and I'm nervous as shit to say the least. Let's see if I can break even while I'm waiting for Big Red or at least limit my losses. Let's get into the action.
Inherited the regs here.
This is the second hand of the night when I look down at 8-9 of diamonds in middle position. Now this is a 2-5 game, but the $10 straddle has been on nearly every hand all night. And when the $10 straddle limps to me, I decide to limp as well. And when it gets back to the straddler, he decides to bump it up to $85. The player to my right folds, and now it's back on me. And honestly, I immediately want to fold. I mean, I haven't played poker in a while, and I would have liked to at least get a couple warm-up folds in before I played a big pot with 9 high. Well, I went back and forth and eventually landed on a call. F it, I came to play. I know absolutely nothing about any of these players, but I have a suited connector with position on the preflop aggressor, so I say YOLO and make the call. Everyone else folds and we go heads up to the flop in literally my second hand of the night. Let's see a flop. The flop comes Queen Jack 8 with 2 diamonds and my opponent checks it over to me. Now this is one of the perks that I love about having position on my opponents because them being out of position can cause them to slow down in a lot of spots where they would normally continue if they had position. Well, when he checks it over to me, I decide to take the betting lead and bet $75 with my pair and my flush draw. I mean, I smashed this board. If I only had the flush draw, then I would probably check it back. But in this spot with a pair, a flush draw, and a gut shot straight draw, I decide to take the betting lead for $75. My opponent makes the call, and we're headed heads up to the turn. The turn comes to 4 diamonds, so I immediately bink the flush and my opponent checks it over to me. And as you guys can obviously tell by my face, I'm not excited at all. Well, obviously, that's how I actually felt. I mean, what a way to get the rust off. Bink a flush in a bloated pot on my second hand of the night? Okay, now back to business. It's time to look depressed and bet an amount that will set me up for a river jam. I eventually sigh and try to look unsure and bet $275 on his turn card. My opponent thinks about it for about 30 seconds and makes the call. Oh boy, my heart is racing pretty good now. Am I really about to double up on my second hand of the night? Heads up to the river, which is the 9 of clubs, and my opponent quickly checks it over to me. Now this 9 of clubs is pretty much a brick if you ask me, so of course I'm loving this river card. But it can slightly diminish my chances of getting this river jam paid off because the 9 brings a one-liner to the straight. And I'm going to have more 10s in my preflop calling range than my opponent's range with him raising from early position. However, I don't have much behind relative to the pot, and I only have one move at this point, and that's to stick to the plan. It's time to look as unsure as I possibly can, jam all in, and pray to the heavens above that I get paid off. Let's see what happens.
Your 1-2 seat available. Your 1-2 seat is available. Last, your table transfer is available. Last.
So I rip it in his face all in for my last $550. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, in this moment, I wanted to get paid off so bad. I was like, Lord, if you could just allow this man to pay me off this one time, I will not ask for anything else for the rest of the night. Oh, come on, guys. Don't act like I'm the only one who's tried to involve a higher power into my DJing gambling activities.
All right, put the money in the bag. Put it in. Put it in. All right, give me the money.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what got into me, but my opponent tanked for a minute and a half and he eventually paid us off. So I win this over $2,000 pot on my second hand of the night. I started this hand off with $985 because my very first hand I set down was a double board bomb pot and I folded my cards. This was my first hold'em hand and I went from $985 to $2,002. A full double up on the very first hold'em hand of the night. Let's get to the next hand. So after the hand, I tipped the dealer $15, and the look of gratitude and shock that the dealer gave me and how much he thanked me made me nervous. So I decided to go talk to my personal poker nerd, Big Red, at the other table and ask him how much should I be tipping on a $2,000 pot. See, he knows that type of stuff. I went over there and I asked him how much should I be tipping on a $2,000 pot and he told me $5. I immediately shake my head in disappointment in myself because I realized that I tipped $10 too much. Now, am I against tipping the dealers well? Of course not. But in order to become a better, more knowledgeable player, I have to fix some of the leaks in my game. And these mistakes affect the numbers that I give you guys when I cash out. Now, after I cash out and the money has already been made, I can go back and tip whatever I want because it's my money at that point. But while I'm playing, I need to learn what the perfect GTO amount is to tip every hand. What do you guys think? Let's get to the very next hand. This is my spot, and these are your spots. Make sure you guys have Poker Bros downloaded using the link in my description so you guys can play online poker with me daily and not miss my first meetup games in the best online poker clubs, Lucky Stars Entertainment and CMO. Join my Discord that's linked in my description and we'll have a manager help you get loaded up and answer any questions that you may have. Look, I have the best meetup games on the internet, hands down. Reason being, because all of the players that are at the table are my subscribers. And all of my subscribers are bad at poker because they watch me. So that's 9 guaranteed fish at my tables at all times. My meetup games will also be live streamed moving forward. So I'm looking forward to stacking you guys on camera and talking my shit live in front of the internet. You guys know how I do. Now let's get back to the video. This is the very next hand and I started recording late because I was talking to Big Red. But I have King Jack off in middle position and the same player that I beat in the last hand has raised to $25. I'm the only caller and we go heads up to the flop.
Yeah. What? Is that 25? Yeah.
YP, your table transfer is available. YP. TG, your 25 hold'em seats available. TG, your 25 hold'em seats available.
last two nets I was here like past night. Well, I left that just after midnight.
So as you guys saw, I flopped an open-ended straight draw and called his $25 C bet. The turn didn't improve my hand at all, so I folded to his $75 turn bet. Did I have the odds to make that call, guys? I didn't think so, so I cut my losses and folded. Look, I don't think I'm ever studying a poker chart, but I'm fortunate enough to have subscribers, and I learn from them. So I need all of the poker nerds to hop in my comment section and give me feedback on these small pots as well. Now look, only poker nerds for the advice. If I'm better than you at poker, then respectfully, save your advice because you might make me worse at poker. I'm better than at least 95% of you watching. So only the 5% for the advice. Please and thank you. Next hand.
I probably will.
Now this is a 2-5 game, so in the next hand, we have a $15 double board bomb pot, and I look down at King, Queen, Jack 10 with King High clubs. Off to the flop on 2 boards, which is 7-3 Jack Rainbow on the top and 4 Ace Ace Rainbow on the bottom. And I don't have much of anything on either board, so when it checks to me, I decide to check as well, and surprisingly, the action checks all the way around.
That was bullshit.
Off to the turn we go, and the top turn is the 10 of hearts, and the turn on the bottom is the 6 of clubs. And when the action surprisingly checks to me again, yes, I have top 2 pair on the top as well as an open-ended straight draw, but I have absolutely nothing on the bottom. So I decide to check the turn, and surprisingly, yet again, the turn checks through.
Check. You play in Houston? Yep. I stumbled across your channel once.
Like five was the one you said when you got
Somewhere in the interwebs. That's pretty cool. Thanks for stumbling.
anytime.
We head to the river, still 9 ways, and the top is the deuce of clubs, and the bottom is the jack of clubs. For some reason, the action checks to me for the 3rd street in a row. 9 ways in a double board bomb pot? I've never seen this happen before. And with only my top 2 pair on the top and my 2 pair on the bottom with jacks and aces, I don't feel like I have a betting hand in a double board bomb pot. So I check the river, and unbelievably, it checks all the way around 9 ways in a double board bomb pot on the flop, turn, and the river. Not only that, but now that it's time to show down, everyone either doesn't want to show their cards or they're sheepishly turning over garbage. We then realize that I actually might scoop this hand. This might actually be the most awkward scoop in double board bomb pot history.
Have to lose. I got 2 pair. Wait. I got a jack and a... 2 pair got jacks and trades.
He's got jacks and tens.
Jacks and tens, 2 pairs. Fuck you, hand, So you just scoop it?
So my friends all first second.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
She was
exactly.
in.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
Do you,
non-profit.
right.
Yeah.
If you do that, there's like stipulations. Those are
Good sir, I mean, what's the holdup? Ship me the pot already. What are we waiting on?
yeah. And they like put it, they sign it, but then people, I think the loan company sued, and the Supreme Court ended up saying
That was
they weren't
awkward.
allowed to get it. So they ended up locking.
They almost.
Yeah.
Now wait, why is this dealer trying to help this guy find something so bad? It's almost as if he doesn't want me to scoop. Are they friends or something? Did they ride up here together? Hey, that's none of my business. But I scooped this pot in the most awkward scoop of all time in a double board bomb pot. Now let's get to the next hand.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking to him.
He said he would never make out. You never make out with her.
I limped the $5 big blind after I looked down at Jack 7 of spades in middle position. The low jack raises to $25, 3 players make the call, and I close the action with the call as well, and we head 5 ways to the flop.
I was talking
I feel like they've abandoned like a lot of.
They also did cheated Bernie twice.
Yeah.
Straight up like colluded. Republicans have never done something that bad.
Maybe they have.
So the flop comes 3, queen, 9, rainbow, and the flop got checked all the way around. We head to the turn card, which is the 6 of spades, and the small blind leads on this turn card for $45. The action folds to me, and with my turn flush draw, I decide to call this bet. I'm getting a good price along with having position on my opponent. Also, I haven't even been sitting at this table an hour yet, but let's just put it like this. I have been here long enough to be pretty confident that if this player was one of my subscribers, she would not be a part of that 5% I was talking about earlier. So I was looking to play as many pops with her as I possibly could, if you know what I mean. I can't blink.
Yeah, I know.
So we go heads up to the river, which was the 9 of spades. So I bink, yet another flush, and my opponent immediately checks it over to me. Now it's time to land on the right amount to bet for value with my flush. Pause the video and comment down below. How much would you bet for value in this spot? The pot is $215. How much would you bet in this spot?
Be a good cult member. 130.
I eventually settle on a sizing for $130, targeting all of her Queen X hands and maybe the occasional 9 every now and then. It only took her 6 seconds and she made the call right away. I mean, everything has really been going my way tonight. I can't complain. But wait, why is Big Red coming over here? So a seat opened up for Big Red to play on the live stream, so he's been playing over there for a while now. Now they've been in my clear view all night, but I'm perfectly fine right here where I'm at. Like I said in the intro, I only came here for moral support. I did not come here to play on a live stream or to be on a live stream. But now he's over here asking me if a seat opens up, would I want to play? And I can see them looking our way as he's asking me. So I kind of brush Big Red off, but I tell him yes, I wouldn't mind playing at the same time. I then immediately go outside and tell you guys how I really felt. Guys, so Red just came to my table and said that if a seat opened up in the live stream, would I want to play? And I know he's only asking me that because he already asked them. So like, they're in my clear view. I don't want to play with them. Like, I'm up $1,000. I'm in a good game. Not saying their game is bad, but I've never played a live stream before. I'm nervous as shit. I don't want to play a live stream. But I told him yes because if I tell him no, then they're looking at me, tell him no, and then he's going to go back and say, Valdez didn't want to play on a live stream. So I told him yes, but I really wanted to say no. Hopefully no seats open up because I don't want to play on a live stream. Hopefully no seats open up, please. So as soon as I walk back in and pass the live stream on the way back to my seat, they immediately tell me that the player in seat 1 who played Eazy-E on Straight Outta Compton is getting up from the table soon, and that they have a seat opening up for me. Oh man, I'm screwed. There's really no way that I can weasel my way out of this now. So I go back to my table and I put on my glasses because I know I want to feel myself walking up to my first live stream. But wait, I'm a poker player at the end of the day. So you know I gotta take a peek at this last hand before I go to the live stream, right? Let's see what I have. In my last hand of this part of the session, before I probably go embarrass myself on a live stream, I look down at Ace-7 of clubs in the big blind and the $10 straddle is still on. The cutoff raises to $40 and the button makes the call. The action is back on me and I decide to just call with my suited ace and we head to the flop 3 ways.
I wish I had like a different names.
The flop came Jack, Ace, 9 with 2 spades, so I flopped top pair with the backdoor flush draw and I checked and flow to the pre-flop aggressor. The action checked all the way around and we went to the turn, which was the 3 of clubs. Now with top pair and the nut flush draw, I can't let this turn card get checked through as well, so I lead on this turn card for $55. Only the initial preflop raiser made the call, and we went to the river card, which was the deuce of clubs. Man, hidden flushes is so easy at this table. I mean, do I really have to go on the live stream? Well, here I am with the absolute nuts, and I'm first to act. I eventually decided to lead out on the river for $200. Now, a good poker vlogger in this spot would tell you guys what I was thinking in the moment that led me to this bet sizing, combined with the hands that I'm targeting with that bet sizing. But me, on the other hand, I had no clue what hands I was targeting. Literally had no clue what she could possibly have, and I wasn't even thinking about it in the moment, to be honest. Look, all I knew is that I had the best hand possible, and I wanted my opponent to give me $200 more. Oh, but one thing I will add though, is that this particular player had been the biggest station at the table. So I did take that into account, and I made my bet sizing a little bit larger than it would have been otherwise. She surprisingly folded pretty quickly, so maybe I got a little bit too greedy on that hand. But wait, if that was my last hand, that means it's really time to go on my very first live stream? You mean to tell me all of those hundreds of live streams that I've watched over the years where I fried and made fun of the players on stream for punting their stacks and making bad decisions, now the world will have access to my cards and I can be exposed?
Bro, this guy has a straight. He rips it into a boat, and this guy is tanking with a boat. Both of these players are ass. If I was on that live stream, I would have been so much better. I'm so much better than them. They're ass. He ripped it right into a boat on the river with a straight. He's ass. And this guy is tanking with a boat. Both of these players are ass. If I was on the live stream, I would be so much better than them. I would make so many right decisions. I would make all the right decisions if I was on that live stream. These are y'all kings? These are the greatest players in the world? Oh my God. Put me on any live stream. I swear I will play way better than these players. These players are ass, bro. These players are not good, bro. Bro, being on a live stream is easy, bro. If I was on a live stream, I would make all the right decisions. This is unacceptable.
Now the world will have access to my cards and I can be exposed? Wait, so now the poker nerds will not only be able to see the big mistakes that I put on my vlog, you mean to tell me that now they can see every hand that I play and don't play? And they now can see every mistake that I make for the rest of the night, big or small? I don't think I'm ready for this. Like, seriously, I actually don't. I'm trying to rack up my chips, but I'm nervous, so my hands are fumbling and stumbling as I try to put my chips into the rack. And now I'm walking up to the live stream table, but I'm so nervous. I'm looking at my phone, acting like I'm doing something important, but you guys can clearly see that I'm just looking at my phone for no reason at all. I get to the table, I place my chips down, and then I start looking left and right, again, for no reason at all. I then see a bunch of familiar faces, which doesn't help my nerves. I see Wolfgang to my immediate right. He's one of the most famous poker content creators on earth, and I definitely admire his poker journey. So I decide to introduce myself. But wait, Valdez, you came to compete, so you can't give him the upper hand by seeming like a fan and only introducing yourself to him. So now you have to introduce yourself to the whole table. Oh boy, I'm really overthinking this thing now.
Valdez. All right, Valdez coming in to the 1 seed. David DiCarlo says Valdez in the house. Is he playing? All right, apparently Valdez has some notoriety. Let's go.
1,200 likes on this video if you want to see my very first live stream. No exceptions.